It's already 5:30. There is no time to chop vegetables. There is no skills. The kids are already hungry. Why not call for a takeout again? Just the idea of preparing a meal sounds like a cruel joke to you, huh? But what if I told you that in less than 30 minutes you could be sitting down to a delicious, healthy meal the whole family actually loves, even if you think you can't cook? Today I'm showing you my 3 go-to recipes that prove good food can be fast, simple, and seriously tasty. Let's do it. Because let's face it, some of us are not chefs. I'm not a chef. My kitchen is not a 5-star restaurant. Somehow I found the recipes that belong to my family. The recipes that I can do really easy. And today I'm about to show it to you. I will tell you how I make them and why are they so good, especially because they don't take more than 30 minutes to prepare. The secret for me, discovering a few genuinely foolproof recipes and leaning on tools that do most of the heavy lifting. These meals are kid tested, parent approved, and every single one takes 30 minutes or maybe even less. We are making healthy and really nicely cooked air fryer Pompano fish, a creamy 1-pan Indian curry that you will just delight on, and your family as well, and vibrant veggie noodles that have just the right Asian flavor on. When I first got married, I used to Google how to make fish because I didn't know how to cook the fish, especially. Just delicious. It just melts in your mouth, and when you do it in your air fryer, it's extra healthy. Okay, so I am just getting some onion here to chop it really fine, and I use the white onion, but you can use the purple one if you like it. Maybe it's a little bit more sweet or has more flavor. Really, once you cook it with your fish, is going to be really good. And I had some tomato already chopped. I'm going to chop another one because I just needed more of this filling. I'm creating a filling, and it's also going to be a garnish for my fish. I'm going to put it all in a bowl together, and I'm going to go ahead and cut some ginger as well. Ginger is so good, and I love to use it in my kitchen. So we're just going, I usually just peel it, and we put it together with this garnish mainly for flavor, but after it's cooked, my husband actually eats this ginger as well. I really do not do that, but it's good. It's good for you overall. It just gives a really good flavor. And so I'm going to cut it in the same shape and size of the tomato and the onion, all very fine, very small, so that it can fit inside our fish. And so really that's all you need basically. You will see that after this we are almost done with what we need for the filling, which is a relief because, like I said, time is of the essence. And I mean, I don't know if you need a lot of skills to do this. Just, you know, I do the fast way here, but I am very careful not to chop a finger. Here we go. I'm going to mix everything all together very nicely. And that's all I'm going to do. Then I'm gonna put it aside in a minute here because I'm ready to go get my get ready for the fish. I'm getting the oven ready. This is a air fryer and has the bake option as well. It has many options that I love. I mainly use the air fryer options at the top. And so in this occasion, I'm gonna do seafood for 400 Fahrenheit 10 minutes on the first side. Then I'm gonna flip it for the other side, and so we make sure that the fish is really nicely cooked. Parchment paper for the tray here, and I'm going to put the fish on top of this paper. I just make sure, you know, that my trays don't get all messed up with the cooking. And actually I really seldom use my oven these days because I had another one that got so messed up. Here is the star of the show here, the Pompano we found at Walmart. I need to tell you this. I totally hate cleaning fish. It's not my thing. It will never be, I think. Never say never, but I tried it before, and it's not my thing. But this one is already clean, which I love. I'm gonna leave the price somewhere on the screen as well, so you know. But Walmart has a good deal for this. 2 fish fed my family of 4, and it's already clean, like I said, and has a little opening that I ended up cutting a little more to have more space for my filling. It was really easy to clean, actually. And oh man, this fish has so much meat. It's so juicy. It really melts in your mouth. You have to try it. It's amazing. Here I'm putting the filling, and it's going to give and impart all the flavors that we want in there. And if you don't like these flavors, such as the onion or the ginger, really, you know, with some salt, and you will see that I also put some butter, but I'm getting ahead of myself here. So just know, you know, that we are going to do that. So this is like a garnish as well. Here I'm putting the butter. I'm putting the butter, and this just gives it a really nice, you know, like the Filipinos say, panlasang Pinoy. My husband is the one that taught me how to do this recipe with this fish. You can also have it fry or deep fry, which is really good. We've tried it. They do it at the Filipino store for us. They fry it for us, but this is so much more healthier, and I feel like we have a better option if we just put it in the air fryer. And actually more meat, because if you fry it, it gets so tough, you know, or so hard. It feels like you lose some of the meat. But here we are. All of the garnish, I ended up putting more salt on the other side of the fish, because this is the second part. 10 more minutes on the other side, again 400 at 10 minutes. That's gonna be the time. For me, this worked this time. Total of 20 minutes in the oven or air fryer. Here they are, beautiful fish. And you know what I like about the Pompano? It's so easy to get, you know, when you are about to serve. I'm serving this with some cucumber. I always like to put a vegetable. My kids love this cucumber, and I also have some for us as well. And yeah, it makes me feel better when I put something green on the plate. How about you? Do you do that as well? And of course, we're going to eat this with some rice, because we are in a Filipino Guatemalan household, and my husband loves white rice. So that's what we are having. I'm getting the middle part of the cucumber because my 2-year-old, you know, has a better time when it's not so hard for her to chew. But here it is. It's so easy. I don't have to worry about the bones. I just scoop it out of the fish. All those goods there, all the meat. It's fine. It's easy to find, easy to get. I don't need to fight with it or anything.
So that saves me time, you know. That's also, and I'm of course going to get in any crack there, in any space where I find meat, because I don't want to leave anything on the table there, because I will be leaving money on the table. So there you go. That's how it looks.
And voila, we have our meal. On to the Indian curry. Indian curry is something that I've been preparing all of my years, my 8 years of marriage.
I don't know exactly when I got this curry powder, but look, it's almost done. I put also some turmeric. I put coconut milk. Oops, I'm going back and forth here, but you get the idea. I'm trying to show you what I have. I also have paprika powder. I have ginger, and I have garlic. This is for the sauce. And here's the ingredients for the meat and the vegetables I'm going to use. So that's all we need for this recipe, basically. That's all we're gonna need. We are not gonna have to chop vegetables. We are not going to have to do much more other than getting the sauce ready in the blender. I use a bullet blender, and first what I'm going to do is, in this nice pot, I think it's called a French oven, I am going to brown some onion, and I have also these frozen veggies. These are peppers, and I have this okra. I put everything I find because, you know, why not? This is really a good sauce, covers a multitude of vegetables. So I am doing 2 teaspoons of curry powder, Indian curry powder, and I gradually kind of decrease the amount of the other ones. This is going to be 1.5 teaspoons of turmeric powder, and then I'm going to do 1 teaspoon of paprika. Just hurry up a little bit, Nori. Yeah, so I wanted to do this in a more slow motion because I don't want to, you know, rush it and then not show you how much I do. So that was half of the teaspoon right there. Okay, so we have some garlic. We have actually a lot of garlic, but I guess that can be according to your taste, because not everybody likes a lot of garlic, but we do. I almost put a whole head of garlic. I put this piece of ginger, and you can also, you know, change the amount to more or less according to, you know, you learn how much you like of the spice of the ginger in your curry. And the Indian curry powder already has all the spices that you need. But this is my secret recipe that I'm giving to you as a gift. Yeah, I don't know how I came up with this combination, but it's really good. I think if you try it, you're gonna love it. If you like Indian food like me, I really love it. And by the way, I'm not trying to make anything Indian here. It's just my version of Indian curry and what I am able to enjoy. I am not trying by any means to match whatever Indian cuisine out there, because it's not something I know how to do. But here I'm going to brown some of the onion, because I'm going to have this onion mixed with the meat. In this particular time, I'm doing turkey, ground turkey. I've done ground beef. I've done chicken curry. You know, any protein that you want to use, except fish. I have never tried to use fish with this recipe, but I know that they have it. It's just that they have so many kinds or types. It's like in Mexico, you know, you you have different types of mole in different regions of Mexico. I don't know if that's the case in India, but yeah. Here it is, the turkey. So I'm doing turkey. This doesn't take a long time to brown the meat, especially if your meat is already defrosted, which I kind of forgot to defrost this one to the, to a better state of to be melted, but I was able to cook it. Oops, my camera fell. Okay, we are back on track here. So we are going to brown this meat, no problem, and making sure you see there. And I like the flavor of the onion. I guess you could just skip that part as well, and you will see that I put some of the spice or the condiments for the turkey as well, or the meat. And that one only has pepper, salt, and garlic. So lots of garlic, but you can put only salt if you want, just to, make it a little bit more flavorful. Because the salt really it's needed here a little bit. I don't put salt in the sauce for the curry, for example. But I'm going to take out this meat because I'm gonna use the same pan to do the rest of the recipe. So hey, this is good, right? You don't want to be washing a lot of pans afterwards. These meals are fast, but washing the dishes takes another hour maybe. It's inevitable, but at least these recipes are done are done pretty fast. So here we go. We are going to do the rest of the recipe now, which is the vegetables. All of these vegetables are frozen, but I put a little bit of hot water. So I heated some water and I put the water already boiling so that they go faster. And I don't have bone broth. I usually use bone broth, and but I'm using this paste that we found at grocery outlet, and that's gonna be giving it the flavor of the chicken stock. So I always try to have chicken stock in my pantry, but this particular time I did not have any. So that's what's going to be cooking here. The vegetables, we're gonna get to a consistency where they are not too cooked or not too cook or not too hard, but a good crunch, Now we're going to blend this. We are going to blend the ingredients that we put in our bullet, and we are going to blend it. So this is our sauce. We are gonna put it aside for a little bit because we still have to get those vegetables ready. But once they are cooked, I always try to see if I can put a fork. If I can get it with a fork and they're not too hard or still frozen, and make sure that that's the case to get to the next thing. I'm putting some vegetables in my girl's plate because she doesn't eat the curry yet. She doesn't like the spice yet, but this works because I just get some of the stuff for her before I put the sauce, and no biggie, I'm putting the meat here. So now our dish is almost ready. We only need the sauce. I'm trying to leave it a little bit, leave it in the. Oh, I'm adding some okra, and actually I did it at the end. And I'm going to wait for the okra to cook just for a little bit because the okra cooks really fast and you don't want the okra to be overcooked because it gets mushy and not with a good consistency. So a little bit of patience there waiting for the okra. And now the moment has come. I added the sauce, and it's going to be a creamy curry, very tasty, delicious, and this lasts for at least 3 days sometimes, because it creates a lot of food, you know, and we are only 4 people, so you could probably feed maybe 7 people in one sitting with this plate. I'm tasting it to see if it needs any salt, but it was good. I didn't need to. I guess the salt and the condiments for the meat help, you know. So this you can, you know, serve it over some white rice, steamed rice. It's really good. But if you're trying to follow, you know, avoid carbs, just eat the vegetables with the meat. Is really good by itself as well.
Before we continue, are you liking these recipes? Can I ask you to please subscribe to my channel? Your support truly helps me
To stay
motivated to keep making content like this, so thank you. So for the third one, we're also gonna use the bag of vegetables, and this is a most basic in my freezer because they are not as expensive and they really save me time because I don't have to chop or to peel any vegetables whatsoever, and they are made in a flash,
So-
to be honest.
So here I am putting the vegetables in a pan with some water. I believe I'm going to do that right now. I just put a little bit of water to steam them. So I'm going to cover this pan to create that steam and cook these vegetables. They cook so fast. I don't really have to worry about time with this. Actually, the blue pan that you see there is the curry because this was the next day and I wanted to give my family a choice. You want either curry or this new dish that I'm making. And I just wanted to show you, you know, side by side how similar they are, how easy they are. And, you know, when you have something that kind of like follows a pattern, you don't really have to think about much, you know, get recipe cards or read whatever, you know, I don't have this ingredient or that, and worry about having to go to the store and get more stuff. So there you go. I'm going to use this skillet here to brown the meat. I had a lot of turkey, a lot of ground turkey, but I usually do this dish with ground beef. I actually wanted to use ground beef, but I didn't have any, and I had to do turkey again. So you can do, you know, ground beef and have a more of a variety there. It gets kind of tiring sometimes if you're eating the same protein every day. But sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, and but it's really delicious with any of these meats. And I'm putting some seasoning, the same Kinder, I believe is the name that I get at Costco. It's just pepper, garlic, and salt. You can put only salt if you want. I am skipping the step of the onion this time. I'm just browning the meat. I'm checking on the vegetables here, make sure they are cooking, and I, you know, just moving them around because they are frozen. But this is going to be ready in no time, you guys. My camera decided to go very dark for some reason. I don't know why. And so I think I cut out the part where I put some soy sauce, but I'm going to put all of these together. So yeah, just making sure that I brown that meat really good. And this is going to be ready in no time because we have a special guest for this recipe, and it's going to be our noodles. We are going to make some noodles for this recipe. You know, it's the Chinese Asian flavor that's coming, and yeah, we are going to put some hot water. I always make the water hotter, you know, I mean not the water hotter, but I boil some water so that it goes fast. I don't have to worry, I don't have to wait for the water to boil. So yeah, this is my handy dandy hot water maker. I use two of those pots to make my to make my my pasta. So this is going to be ready here in a minute. My camera went dark, I don't know why, so I don't think I was able to get the last part. But here is the hot water for my noodles. I think I'm gonna show to you the ones that I'm using are a little bit more healthy, but yeah. So yeah, like I said, I used two of those pots, and you know how to make pasta. I used one that's veggie pasta. I know it's not the real deal. See, here's where my camera went dark and started to get dark, but I'm not sure why. These are my noodles that are ready. I'm going to mix all together really quick, and you know, I put the pasta, the meat, and the veggies in just a sec. And the real ingredient that makes this all really good is tamari sauce. I don't use soy sauce, but I use tamari. It's supposed to be less sodium, I guess. I don't know if my camera was able to get that part. I didn't put that much soy sauce for my kids, but just a little bit for taste. And that's it.
And there you go, 3 completely different but similar meals and you need just a few ingredients. They are very healthy. You don't need to spend a lot of money, and also you don't have to be a pro to feed your family really nutritious meals that are going to help them grow strong. It doesn't have to be perfect, you just have to have it done. You can do this. Now, these are only 3 recipes, and I know that you may be thinking, what about the other days? I have some really good soups that can last you to feed your family for 2 days. So one of these soup recipes I always try to do maybe on Monday, so it lasts me for an extra day on the week. So I will link the cozy soups for winter right here. Tell me in the comments if you like this. What are the recipes that have really stick to your repertoire? I hope you like this video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. God bless. Bye.